Hi guys, so now we're going to do part 5 of Felicity Suprise. Okay, so I believe we were on chapter 3, if who wants to know. Okay, here we are. So here's what it looks like. Okay, the next morning Mrs. Merriman said, Felicity, come along with me. I'm going to the apothecary to get medicine for my cough. We can stop by the milliner on the way home. Perhaps we can find some trim or some lace to spruce up your brown silk gown for the dance lesson at the palace. Would you fancy that? Yes, mother, said Felicity. She tried to sound pleased, but she was thinking, even with new trim, I will still look like a little brown field mouse. Felicity trailed along with her mother from shop to shop. She was thinking so hard about asking for a new gown, she only half heard what the apothecary and her mother chatting. Mrs. Merriman, said Mr. Galt, the apothecary, I am concerned about your cough. I should not linger for weeks as it has. I shall give you garlic syrup and some licorice lozenges. But you must rest. Thank you, Mr. Galt, said Mrs. Merriman. I have plenty of time to rest after Christmas. 'Tis such a happy, busy time just now. Mr. Galt shook his head. I fear your cough will turn into something more serious if you don't take care, he said. Mind you wrap up well. 'Tis frightfully cold. Aye, said Miss Merriman. The cold cuts straight to my bones. She coughed and she turned to go. Come along, Lizzie, she said. Good day, Mr. Galt. I wish you a joyous season. Felicity and her mother hurried to the milliner's shop. Usually Felicity was not very interested in the pretty shop full of fineries for ladies and gentlemen. Never before Felicity had paid attention to feathers and fans. The flowery bonnets, fancy shoes, purses, laces, and trims. But today Felicity studied the shelves. Perhaps there is something here that could make my old brown gown beautiful, she thought. Perhaps there is something magic here. And then Felicity saw the doll. The doll was standing up on a shelf holding a banquet of tiny silk flowers. She had black painted hair and rosy pink cheeks and an excited expression. Look at me, she seemed to say. Felicity stared. The doll's gown was made of blue silk. It was the bluest blue she had ever was. It was the bluest blue there ever was. Bluer than the sky, bluer than the sea. A blue so bright that it lit up the shop. The necklace and sleeves of the gown were trimmed with a frill of lace, as white and delicate as snowflakes. It was the most beautiful gown Felicity had ever seen. Oh, if I could only go to the palace in a gown like that, thought Felicity. She was lost in the daydream. Here's a picture of the doll. She was lost in her daydream. She was surprised when she felt her mother's hand on her shoulder. Mother stared at the beautiful doll. She was caught by the doll's magic too. Isn't her gown perfect? Sighed Felicity. Aye, said Mrs. Merriman. But you surprise me, Felicity. I've never known you care about gowns and such before. I've never been invited to the palace before. Here's a picture. Felicity burst out. I've never needed a beautiful gown before. Ah, said Miss Merriman, I understand. The milliner took the doll out of the case and handed it to Felicity with a smile. "I'm quite proud of that gown," she said. "I made I made it for the doll myself. I copied the pattern from one I saw Lady Dunmore wearing at the church. It is the very latest style from England." She held the doll's gown up to the style from England. It's a very latest style from England. She held the doll's gown up to Felicity's cheek. The blue would look lovely with Felicity's pretty red hair. Mrs. Merriman. "Yes, indeed it would," said Mother. "I'll finish this part in a minute. Bye, guys."